Good day. My name is Arthur Dent. During the unfortunate destruction of Earth, I left with Ford Perfect to Volga Tunnel. They threw us off, but we managed to escape to the heart of gold. There I met Zaphod Beeblebrox and Trillian, and now we traveled the universe. The vastness of the universe was shocking at first, but when it all settled down, I realized that Earth was quite similar to the universe. There are presidents, there are different cultures and languages, and there are uncharted territories. As a matter of fact, similarities exist everywhere. If you ask me, a connection is simply something that creates a similarity between itself and something else, or something that it makes it attached to something else. That they may seem different, but they're really the same. It's strange how connections can affect the environment, the world, even the universe, as it did with me. It's very strange that you'll find different outcomes from finding connections. These connections can be very different between somebody and someone else. As connections, I think they're an opinion. But furthermore, the ways connections can be, it's just very amazing. My journey started with my house and the entire planet Earth getting destroyed. They were both destroyed for a highway, and everyone who cared about them had a hard time preparing. As a matter of fact, Mr. Prosser and the Vogons actually shared many qualities. They were both ugly, careless, and were at the same time terrible. There are also thoughts that I had found connections between. For instance, I'd always wondered what was going on, and I always felt I need to know. As being from Earth, I had never learned much about the galaxy. I've also wondered why the government would let Mr. Prosser do such a thing and destroy my house behind everyone's backs. And so did the intergalactic government. Being the curious person I am grateful that Ford Perfect made the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Sometimes when two things feel similar, that's because they're the same. For instance, Zaphod was actually Phil, the man that stole my only chance at having a wife. He is very crazy, but his good looks and charm allows people to not think him that way, at least most. For some reason, Trillian is also awfully familiar. Maybe she's the woman that I had a chance to be together with. While it may not seem like it at first, everyone has at least one personality trait that makes them similar to someone else. For instance, Zaphod and Ford may have different intelligence levels, but they both are very content to what they're doing at the time. Trillian, on the other hand, is actually very independent, and she only follows her orders. Seems like that's what I'm doing now. The main sources I've used throughout my journeys were two books, the Encyclopedia Galactica and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. While they were very different to most people, they were actually quite similar to me. For instance, they both had a way of reassuring the reader that everything was okay. The Encyclopedia Galactica, for example, used its text as a way to show the reader that they were perfectly safe. On the other hand, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy directly told the reader, "Don't panic," in large bold letters on the cover. It's strange that people believe that the two books are very dissimilar. As a matter of fact, the Encyclopedia Galactica from the future was even more similar to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They both have ways of deterring the Sirius Cybernetics group, and the list goes on. It's strange to believe that people like Ford Perfect would think these two books are so different. There are many ways that connections can occur besides by similarities. For instance, when me, Zaphod, Ford, and Trillian managed to find each other after the destruction of Earth, it probably was just a coincidence, a very rare coincidence, but all of us had a weird feeling that it was actually not a coincidence, but it was like a physical property, similarly to how atoms go together to form a molecule. These connections are like bread and butter. They're definitely true, but they're unexplainable. In the vastness of the universe, it's hard to believe that there isn't at least one thing that's completely unique. But that's all just peanuts to space, as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy states. As a matter of fact, when thinking small, everything actually seems very similar. And doing so, it's possible to find connections between anything.